Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. We're looking at 50 best jobs to emigrate to Australia 2022. This is from a channel called That Johnston Life, and it should be linked in the description down below so you can check it out further. This is a Discord suggestion from Trace, I believe. So thank you for that. As always, let's see, should we ever move to Australia, what the best jobs, other than being a YouTuber, would be. This is good information.
Let's move to Australia, but you're not sure if you're actually going to be able to get a job, then I'm going to go through the 50 most in-demand jobs in Australia in 2022.
This is kind of cool.
G'day guys, my name's Ross, and I moved with my family to Australia during a global pandemic. Our channel is all about showing you our new Australian lifestyle with the hope of helping and inspiring you to also make the move yourself. Moving over to Australia isn't always the easiest thing to do, and most of the time you're going to be relying on your career and your profession being on the skills list. Every year the Australian government lets a different amount of chosen careers into the country based upon their demands at the current time. So I looked back at the total amount of visa entries for 2021 so that you can find out whether your profession is in demand and hopefully help you decide whether you want to move to Australia. So coming in at number 50 and number 49 respectively are apparently actors, dancers and entertainers, because Australia doesn't have enough of those at the moment, and also artistic directors, media producers and presenters. In 2021 they let in about 1,000 people of each of those categories. And based upon how bad Australian TV is, if you move over here in one of those categories, you're probably going to make a bit of a difference. Like, for the good. Hopefully not for the bad, otherwise I still won't watch it. At number 48.
Yeah, is there a need for actors in Australia? Like an actor that has to play like some American bloke on a show? I'm your guy. Hit me up.
Again, with around 1,000 visa entries, are wall and floor tilers. Why is that so difficult to say? Wall and floor tilers.
Wall and floor tilers.
People that put tiles on your floors and your walls. Apparently people don't want to do that job anymore. Number 47, again with around 1,000 visa grants, is accountants.
Accountants,
again,
those are always in
demand. The one that did my
demand.
taxes last year, he wasn't very good. I mean, it did manage to get me some tax back, but it wasn't anything I couldn't have done without filling my form in myself. Loads of people.
Yeah, finding a good accountant, I've learned is definitely in our form, right? And that sounds like a hard job. I don't know. Some people love it. I guess, right? Like that's why they're accountants. But man, I feel like that's a rough job. Like doing people's taxes and finding, the right numbers and crunching the numbers the best way and all these different things. Like, oh man, that looks like a tiring, exhausting job. Imagine doing it over and over and over for client after client. Like, oof.
People here just can't fill in forms, apparently. Lots of people use accountants. Number 46 is a weird one with 1,056 visa grants. Other natural and physical scientists. If you're an other natural and physical scientist, can you please add it down into the comments? What do you actually do?
Yeah,
Number 45 with just
bizarre.
over 1,000 visa grants is medical imaging professionals.
Okay.
I assume that's people that do like ultrasounds and x-rays and things. I don't know why that means ultrasounds and x-rays. It just does. And with
actually know a couple people that do that. So
7 more grants than that. At number 44 is other medical professionals. I'm assuming that's people with proper medical degrees and stuff rather than like voodoo witch doctors. Although voodoo witch doctors might be later on this list, we don't know yet. With just over 1,200 grants at number 43, animal attendants and trainers. What's that? Someone who I mean, I get someone who trains animals, but I don't.
Animal attendants, does that mean like something, I don't know, it wouldn't be veterinarian related then. Animal attendants, like a dog watcher or something, or dog walker. I know those are like random jobs nowadays, right?
Wait with them. Number 42 with just over 1,200 visa grants are sports coaches, instructors and officials.
Now that's cool.
Now, considering if you're moving from the UK and you want to do sports coaching in one of the more traditional UK sports, it's probably not going to be that much business unless you do AFL and footy. It's not footy, it could be AFL or it could be rugby league, but they just call it footy. It's not my footy, but I'm now calling it footy. I quite like it. Number 41 with just under 1,300 visa grants are environmental scientists. Please come over and tell the government about climate change because they don't really believe in it all the time. Number 40 with just over 1,300 visa grants are midwives. I know what that is. Again with just over 1,300 grants. At number 39 are electrical engineers. With just over 1,400 grants at number 38 are plasterers. I don't really know what plasterers do though.
Never heard that term.
I've seen how houses are built around here and they just kind of tape up the bits between the gyprock. It's not like plastering in the UK. But I guess if you're a plasterer, it could be easier for you. So come on over. With the same number of grants at number 37 are architects and architectural landscapers. Again, around the 1400 mark at number 36 are occupational therapists. At number 35 are engineering managers. With just over 1500 grants if your career is playing around in labs with science stuff. At number 34, if you're a medical laboratory scientist, come on over. With a few more grants.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising to see a lot of medical jobs, right? Those seem to be always in demand in a lot of places. And then, engineering, scientists, stuff like that. So I'm not surprised to see those on here. A couple of them have been surprising, either as I don't know what they are, or I didn't know they were in demand down in Australia.
From them at number 33, if you can already read my mind and tell me what I'm about to say, then you're a psychologist and we need you apparently. At number 32, with nearly 1,600 grants, I don't know why this isn't higher on the list, but it's air conditioning and refrigeration mechanics.
Oh yeah, that should be high.
We need you, especially.
They are super in demand in the U.S., especially the southern U.S., and oh my God, like especially in Australia. Like, dude, you guys are hella hot. The whole freaking country's hot in spring and summer, it seems like, almost, right? I mean, dude, that's got to be way up there. That should be top 10, I would think.
In the summer, it's so hot. And I don't pity your job if you have to get up into roof spaces at that time of the year. And number 31, with just over 1,600 grants, are auditors, company secretaries, and corporate trustees.
Okay.
What do they do? In a zombie apocalypse, and someone says, what do you do for a living? I used to be an auditor, company secretary, or corporate trustee. I'll be able to save you. I mean, I'm sure they probably do a really important job for the companies. Again, around the 1,600 visa grant mark at number 30, are health and welfare service managers. I'm assuming they just manage health and welfare services. At number 29 is physiotherapists. At number 28, with just under 1,700 visa grants. Important. I genuinely didn't know this was a job until I worked at a trade college. But cabinet makers. Who make?
Wow.
I thought I did that when I just bought things from IKEA. But I think that's to do with people who fit kitchens and cabinets and things in people's houses. I feel really bad.
You know, it's actually kind of funny when you see a list of jobs, because a lot of people might know half the jobs or even more. There's a lot of jobs that I've never heard of. Like, it's funny, right? I guess I've heard of that. I just forget that would be an actual job, just being a cabinet maker, right? There's a lot of funny, interesting jobs like that where it's such a specific niche that it's a lot of people just forget about it.
Not knowing that those people existed, but I think it's just a specific version of carpentry, which is very much in demand. With just over 1,700 visa grants at number 27 are bricklayers and stonemasons. At number 26, with just over 1,700 grants, are special educational teachers. Again, if you are a teacher, you'll find it weird, because depending on which age group and style of teaching you do, teaching isn't all the same, unfortunately. Number 25, with just over 1,800 visa grants, are social workers. And with just over 2,000 visa grants at number 24 are electronic trades workers. Again, if you're an electronics trade worker, can you tell me what you actually do? Put it in the comments down below. I'm interested. If you know how to make computers talk to each other, number 23 are computer network professionals with just over 2,200 visa grants. And with just
IT, anything in the computer space in IT is in super high demand, even here in the US. So I imagine it would be in demand in Australia too. I think I've heard in Australia lately that that's actually a big sector down there, is the IT sector. So I imagine, there's still a lot of demand for those jobs.
Just a few more than them at number 22. If you like to feed people, we need some chefs. Ooh la la.
Hey, there you go.
With nearly 2,003.
For the wife watching this, there you go. Be a master chef at some badass restaurant or something. Or a private chef, like going to people's homes. I don't know. Right? There we go, honey.
100 visa grants if you know.
She's an amazing, amazing cook. And yes, she could be a master chef. I'm convinced.
Know how to make business computers talk to each other. Then at number 21 is IT business and systems analysts.
Yeah.
Now, with over 2,600 visa grants last year, if you know how to make computers talk to each other, but like in code, then at number 20 are database and systems admins and ICT security specialists.
Wow.
Again, with over 2,600 grants. At number 19 are industrial, mechanical, and production engineers. At number 18, if you like to paint things for a living, with over 3,300 visa grants, are painting trades workers.
That's a lot of grants.
With a few more grants than them. At number 17 are early childhood pre-primary school teachers. So that's like the really young ones.
Really early,
with nearly 4,000 visa grants. At number 16 are civil engineering professionals. At number 15, with nearly 4,200 visa grants, if you know how to manage other specialists, then they need other specialist managers. With over 4,200 visa grants at number 14, are GPs and residential medical officers. With over 4,500 visa grants at number 13, are management consultants. Are they just people who tell you how to do things and charge you loads of money and it doesn't necessarily always work. And number 12, with just over
Sounds like
4,500 visa grants to solicitors. If you know how to work with metal, then with nearly 4,900 visa grants. At number 11, structural steel and welding trades people. I said workers, but people sounds better. And
that's in short supply, as far as I know, in the USA. So interesting that it's in need down there as well. Yes, a lot of things in regards to some older trades are just fallen by the wayside here as the generations move on. It's actually kind of concerning and kind of interesting going forward, right?
We get into the nitty gritty if any of these trades are you. So at number 10, with just over 5,000 visa grants, are university lecturers. At number 9, with just over 5,200 visa grants, if you like to work with cars,
mechanics.
Motor mechanics. At number 8, with just...
There you go, Uncle Greg. There's your ticket. Yes, my uncle is a master mechanic. He's awesome. And mechanics are always in demand, even here. And I imagine down under, right? Tons of cars, tons of need. It's a job that is always going to be in demand, right? People are just so dependent on their cars in certain countries. You know, cars break.
Just over 5,800 visa grants. I don't know why this one isn't higher, but it's plumbers. I think I would have been a plumber if I wasn't a teacher. I probably wouldn't have been a very good one. I'm not even a very good teacher, I suppose. At number 7, with just over 6,300 visa grants, metal fitters and machinists. I think that's people who make...
I got a ticket for everyone, Dad. There you go, machinists. Here you go.
Things out of metal.
They're in demand down under.
With just over 6,800 visa grants are carpenters and joiners. Big demand for them around in Brisbane because they're building so much at the moment. With just over 7,100 visa grants because all of those construction-y people need managing. Right. At number 5 are construction managers. With just over 8,000 visa grants because someone's got to turn the lights on. At number 4 are electricians. At number 3, with over 8,400 visa grants because you've got to know how the computers talk to each other and you've got to make a program to make them talk. So that would be software and applications programmers. Those people can like read into the matrix. At number 2, with just over 8,700 visa grants, is my own profession, and that's secondary school teachers. Okay. And then of course during the pandemic,
number 1,
17,000 visa grants.
Wow, 17,000. Look at that compared to some of the early ones on the list. Holy smokes. Registered nurses, props to you wherever you're watching from. If you're a nurse, good on you, right? You are the backbone of so many people's lives. Super in demand, obviously super needed. And I know you guys do amazing work and see a lot and work long hours and the whole 9 yards. Thank goodness for you guys.
Grants at number 1 are registered nurses. Now, of course, we don't know what 2022 can bring. Hopefully, a lot better than the last 2 years. But based upon last year's visa grants, those are the top 50 best jobs to emigrate to Australia right now in 2022.
That was pretty interesting. So I appreciate that suggestion. Something a little different. You know, it's kind of cool diving into a different country's needs, like what is in demand right now for their jobs. Some of them similar to, I would think, what we are in demand here in the USA, and some interesting ones that I didn't even know. So if you caught some of the ones where either he or I didn't know what the job was, and you do know, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm anxious to see what you guys talk about down there in general on this video. And maybe you do one of these jobs and are proud of your job and know you are in an in-demand industry. So if you learned something new and enjoyed this video, please throw a thumbs up on this video and like it. I do appreciate it. It will help the video out a lot. Check that description out for this original video. It'll be linked down there, and other ways you can interact with my channel. Subscribe, join our amazing community. Never miss another cool video like this. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at IWrocker. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker, and until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.